Inside Number 9 is a critically acclaimed anthology series by Steve Pemberton and Reese Shearsmith, which has captivated audiences with its unique blend of dark humor, suspense, and unexpected twists. Among its array of intriguing episodes, Wise Owl stands out as a particularly heavy and thought-provoking installment, but easily its most unnerving and darkest entry. In this video, I want to talk about the episode and its cultural references, which I find really fascinating and I hope you do too. Before we dive in, I'm going to be spoiling this episode, so please check it out and then come back. Also, this video is going to be talking about parental abuse and child endangerment, so just be warned. As the episode begins, we are introduced to Ronnie, who is clearly grappling with some mental health issues. We get a series of flashbacks to Ronnie and his sister in the style of 70s and 80s PSAs, with the character of Wise Owl telling the kids what is safe and unsafe to do. The narrative cleverly merges past and present, unveiling the layers of Ronnie's psyche. The animation interludes with Wise Owl, we come to find out, is a chilling commentary on Ronnie's actions, juxtaposing the cheerful facade of the children's television with the grim reality of his life. It's revealed that Ronnie's dad was the voice of the Wise Owl in the PSAs, and the man behind the voice is anything but virtuous. In reality, he is a mean drunk, and worse yet, in the guise of his character Wise Owl, he molests Ronnie as a kid. Tragically, on his sister's birthday, Ronnie's dad is drunk, takes Ronnie upstairs. You can fill in the blank of what happens next. Ronnie's sister, being unattended, gets a hold of some matches as she wants to light the candles on her birthday cake. This starts a fire which kills the sister. Ronnie and dad escape, and the fire is blamed on Ronnie so that the dad's dirty secrets don't come to light. The result is Ronnie spending the rest of his childhood in a psychiatric facility. In present day, Ronnie confronts his dad, nearly kills him, but decides to leave and tell the truth of what really happened. Despite how bleak and unsettling this episode is, there is a happy ending. Ronnie leaves and in animation form goes from kid to adult, signaling that Ronnie is finally growing up and escaping this nightmare he's had to deal with his entire life. We know it's going to be a hard, painful road, but there is a glimmer of hope that there is something better for him on the other side. Wise Owl is a patchwork of both real and fictional elements that involve kids, the innocence of childhood, and the danger that lurks all around. Chiefly, the animated segments that frame the episode is modeled after Charley Says. Produced by the British Government Central Office of Information, Charley Says was a series of 6 short, cut-out, animated cartoon public information films for children created in 1973. Some of these films hold a very special place in the hearts of many kids who grew up in the UK during the 70s and 80s, but others found them to be a bit creepy. Now, growing up in the US, these PSAs weren't really part of my cultural landscape. However, I did have my share of creepy kid media, including PSAs. The Wise Owl animation was directed by Blink Industries' Sam O'Leary. In a 2022 interview, Sam talked about the sources for Wise Owl, saying, quote, "We had a lot of Zoom meetings. They knew they wanted it to be like Charley Says and all those creepy PSAs, and I watched loads of them beforehand, so I already knew what their references were." Sam went on to talk about the animation process and how it was made to both look and feel like Charley Says, but because of time and the lack of flexibility, he opted out of doing it like a traditional cutout cell animation. Procreate was used to lovingly replicate the hand-drawn and animated style. This provided more freedom when the story elements would be tweaked here or there. He went on to add, quote, "I guess I was trying to get as close as possible to the originals without it taking like 2 years for me to make. After Effects was perfect for getting down to the very specific details, adding a twitch in the right place, and making sure that it's never too long until there's another little error. I linked the full interview where he of course goes into way more detail, and it's really cool because it includes concept art, test footage, storyboards, all of which I did include in this video because I didn't want to freeboot it, so please check this out. I also linked my other sources of information in the description. In another direct reference to Charley Says, in one moment in the episode, Ronnie's dad mentions they want to reboot Wise Owl with him voicing the character. Charley Says was rebooted for a new PSA about electrical safety, and there's also a visual reference to electrical safety in one of the Wise Owl animated segments. Another reference that is unfortunately much darker and real is Jimmy Savile. Savile was a popular figure among kids with his show Jim'll Fix It. Kids would write into the show where a kid would make a wish and the producers would make it happen. The show aired from 1974 to 1994/5 and then rebooted in 2007 with Jim'll Fix It Strikes Back. However, there was something truly dark inside this seemingly gentle and lovable British host. It's hard to stress just how much of a cultural icon he was. In 2012, sexual abuse allegations were brought against Savile, claiming that he had sexually abused kids for years, even kids that took part on his show Jim'll Fix It. Similarly, Rolf Harris, who hosted several shows aimed at kids and ironically did a PSA called Kids Can Say No, was convicted of abusing underage girls. It's also worth noting that Harris was also on Jim'll Fix It.
Turn around, look at the ladies and gentlemen. Now you see this young lady, sir? She wishes that she could help you with one of your paintings.
Good idea.
Do you think I may leave her in your charge?
Safely leave her in my capable hands here.
Right.
No doubt Steve Pemberton and Reese Shearsmith drew from these scandals for this episode. And man, knowing this somehow makes this episode even more horrific and depressing. Another reference could possibly be from the British anthology series Tales of the Unexpected, more specifically an episode called The Flypaper. I covered this episode in detail, which I will link in the description, but to sum up, it's just a very bleak cautionary tale of don't talk to strangers, even adults that seem friendly. Don't spoil it, but it's pretty easy to find online. All I will say is it has a very devastating and dark finale that I think you could draw some parallels between that and Wise Owl. Wise Owl explores the impact of unresolved childhood trauma and the way it can shape an individual's life. It raises questions about the innocence of childhood, the influence of authority figures, and the struggle for redemption. The episode's unique blend of live action and animation creates a visually striking narrative that leaves a lasting impression. In true Inside Number 9 fashion, Wise Owl delivers a twist that subverts expectations, leaving viewers to ponder the fine line between guidance and manipulation, and the haunting echoes of the past. I think it has a very bittersweet ending that reportedly almost didn't happen, but I'm really thankful that it did. Well, this is the time when I usually say I hope y'all enjoyed this video, but this was a very kind of bleak and downer kind of episode, but I still find this episode to be amazingly powerful, and the references that the creators were drawing upon I thought were really interesting. If this does well, I would absolutely love to do some more Inside Number 9 videos. Comment and let me know what your favorite episode is and what you might want to see me cover in the future. Thanks, and I will see y'all in the next video.